Welcome! Today is the last day of stitching for our Whimsical Flowers Stitch Along. Today we're going to take our stems from open and empty like that to full of grass like this. So as you can see, no lines are marked on here. You get to decide where these stitches go, which could, I guess, feel overwhelming, but I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to feel excited. This is my very favorite part of this hoop, which is why I saved it for last, because I think it's so much fun to do, to just get to add stitches wherever your heart desires and then fill in around them. You're going to pick a green color. Doesn't matter which one. You want to have a long strand. You should have enough for a long strand left. If you don't, work with what you've got. I believe in you. And we're going to start on one side and we're going to work across. So I'm going to start on this right-hand side for me. And I'm going to come up right here next to, nope, changed my mind. I'm going to start on the left-hand side. I'm going to come up right next to this stem. And I want you to see here, these stems all pretty much end on the same line. So we're going to use that visual line as where we put our needle points for the grass. And I'm going to make two types of stitches. I'm going to make detached chains and I'm going to make straight stitches. So I'm going to first start by making a detached chain. So I went up and then I'm going back down at the same spot and I'm going to leave. Ooh, I think I caught my knot on the back. Hold that thought. There we go. I'm going to leave a nice long loop on top, and then I'm going to say in my head, I think about here. You can even test a little bit, see what that looks like. Looks pretty good for my first section of grass. I'm just going to check and make sure I'm not caught. Perfect. And then I'm going to anchor this by going down on the outside of the loop, and I pull down. And now what I like to do is I like to alternate. I like to do a detached chain, and then I like to come back down. I'm just going to come over here. I start at the top and go back down to the bottom to make a straight stitch. And this is going to save just a little bit of thread. Not super important which direction you go, but I like to save thread where I can. And then I'll start from the bottom and go up. Now in my head, some of these, you can see this one, I'm going to cross over this stem. Some are going to cross, some are not. Longer, taller, shorter, all of the above. The rule of thumb I want you to think about is that for this first go through with every color, less is more. About one section of grass, whether that be a detached chain or a straight stitch per stem, per color is a good rule of thumb. So I put 1, 2, 3, and I've passed 3 stems. So now I'm by stem 4. And this detached chain, I'm just going to make a little one. Again, pulling towards the tip of what would be the petal of grass, I guess. Blade of grass. Grasses aren't petals, are they? And then I'm going to go back down over here. And I'm just going to continue in this method all the way across. Okay, there is one color all the way across, and you can see it's still pretty open. I just wanted to fill in a little bit with this color, hence the less is more. And then we're going to repeat the process with our next green. I'm trying to anchor without looking. It's not a smart choice. I will anchor while looking this green and switch to a new green, and then we'll do this again. I have put my next color of green on my needle, and now I'm going to start on this side and go the other direction. Simply because I know this light green that I want to have a detached chain over here, and so I'm just going to start with it over here. Now, the height of your grass blades is up to you. Here on the edge, I kind of like to have a couple big ones. For me, they kind of frame in the design. But if you don't want big ones, you could make all short ones. You could make some medium ones. I would just recommend not making them all the same length, to choose some different lengths and shapes and kinds as you continue across. I'm going to talk you through a little bit what I'm thinking right here. I thought about making a detached chain over here, but then that was covering this stem too much. But in general, if you see this section right here, it's all darker green. So I want to make sure that I have some lighter green pieces in here. So I might go back and add another one over here. So I am going to cross and go up this way, but just with a single stitch. And then I might come back through the bottom right here of this one and make a little one that comes down this way, just adding a little bit. See, I don't like that again either. So this is the beauty of embroidery. You get to decide. If it's not working for you, it's okay to unpick that stitch, especially as you're making the grass. This part should be fun. Add stitches. Oh, I threaded it too soon. Add stitches where it feels good. And if it's not feeling good for you, then pick a new spot. Just take a breath, unpick that stitch that's not working for you, and try again. So this is me doing the same thing, just on film for you. And now you repeat with round 3. Now, mine feels significantly more full with 2 rounds because I probably made extra of the light green grass blades because that's my favorite of the 3 colors. So I tend to make a few more of that one than any other color. So you just continue adding where you see fit. And don't worry, there is no wrong way to do this. Just stop when it feels good. If after 2 colors you're like, yes, this is perfect, I don't need any more, then stop then. If you want to continue adding more, add more. This is your hoop. You get to decide how to finish it. I have made it to the end of my 3rd time across with my 3rd green color, and I'm feeling pretty good about this. This is the point where you could say, you know, this is feeling really dark, I need more light green, or this is feeling really bright, I need more dark green. And you could add a few more stitches, or depending on your thread, you could cut some out and try again. Again, just remember, this is your hoop. You decide when it's done, and just for reference, you can see this one's different. They are not the same. Every time's going to be different. So enjoy finishing your hoop, and we will see you in another video.